Do you want to know how to get to the safest backrooms level? Well, first you'll need to make it through the level you're looking at right now. And what is this level? Well, this level is called Hotel Chase, aka level exclamation mark. So Hotel Chase is a sub-level of a different level that you may or may not be familiar with, and this level is called level Run for Your Life, aka level exclamation mark. And in case you're not familiar with level Run for Your Life, I will briefly describe it. So level Run for Your Life is a 10-kilometer long hallway, and once someone enters this level, they will immediately start getting chased by a horde of entities. For an explorer to survive level Run for Your Life, they'll need to run non-stop for 10 kilometers until they reach the exit at the end of the hallway, at which point they'll be led to a different level. So that's level Run for Your Life basically. And its sub-level, Hotel Chase, is quite similar. So first let's talk about the possible entrances to Hotel Chase. So entrance number 1. If someone goes into an unlocked door on level Run for Your Life, they will end up in Hotel Chase. Entrance number 2. No clipping through the floors of level 2 can also lead one to Hotel Chase. And finally, no clipping through a red rusty door on level -1 can also lead one to Hotel Chase. Okay, so those are all the entrances, and now before we move on to the entities on this level, let's talk about what actually happens on Hotel Chase. Well, like its parent level, when someone ends up on Hotel Chase, they'll immediately start getting chased by entities. The entities doing the chasing will include normal entities, and also certain entities that are unique to this level, including an entity made of liquid paint apparently. Okay, so right here we can see the beginning of Hotel Chase. There are a few entities waiting for someone to show up so they can begin chasing. So you might be wondering, why aren't the entities chasing the cameraman? Well, that's because due to macroeconomic conditions beyond our control, we had to let go of all the cameramen and replace them with robots and droids. So yeah, all the camera work is done by robots now, which has made production a lot easier, truth be told. But the one downside of using robots is that the entities will not react to them. Well, most entities anyway. Anyways, unlike level Run for Your Life, Hotel Chase is not one single long hallway. Instead, there are different hallways connecting to the main hallway. And these hallways will eventually lead back to the main hallway, so they're useful to dodge from entities if they get too close. And right here we can see one such hallway. Notice that there are no doors in there. But the one problem with these hallways is that sometimes if someone runs into one of these hallways from the main hallway, a horde of entities might show up from this hallway as well. So the explorer will be facing entities from both sides, at which point all they can do is pray. You may have also noticed that the reflectiveness of this level keeps changing place to place. Well, that's a characteristic of this level. The materials used in these hallways differ from place to place. So let's say someone ends up on this level and is being chased by entities. How do they keep themselves safe? Well, for one, they can run as fast as they can. All these entities will run at a constant speed, so if you're faster than them, you have a good chance of getting out of this alive. And as for how one can leave this level, I'll get to that. So like I said before, Hotel Chase is not one straight hallway. There are hallways deviating from the main hallway, and also there are 2 main hallways to level Hotel Chase. The exit from the level is at the end of the second hallway, and at the end of the first hallway there is a blue door, and that's what you're looking at right now. And if one were to go through this blue door, they'll end up in a safe area of level Hotel Chase called the blue hallways. So the blue hallways can be thought of as checkpoints of sorts, and once someone enters the blue hallways, they'll be safe from the entities, and they'll get time to rest and recuperate. However, it is not possible to stay on the blue hallways permanently because the resources on this level are limited. And speaking of resources, the best resource anyone can find in the blue hallways would be almond water. And in case you're not aware of what almond water is, it is basically the Backrooms version of a health restoration potion. And this is especially helpful in Hotel Chase because Hotel Chase has been known to affect the mental state of people in it. Meaning that the people who end up on Hotel Chase will start seeing their mental state degrade pretty quick. And the almond water can restore that. But like I said before, it's not wise to stay on the blue hallways for too long because the resources are limited. So how does one leave the blue hallways? Well, there are a couple different exits. I will now go over them. So, exit number 1. No clipping through the windows like the one we just saw can lead whoever did so back to Hotel Chase. Exit number 2. If someone manages to no-clip through the doors in the blue hallway, that will lead them to a level known as the Reverse Hospital. Now that's a complicated level which I will cover in a future video. But anyways, moving on, the third exit is called the blue exit apparently. So if someone wants to get to the blue exit, they'll need to travel a far enough distance into the blue hallways. That's what the wiki says. Basically, you'll have to spend as long as you can inside the blue hallways, and eventually whoever does so will find a blue staircase. If someone were to walk up these stairs, that will lead them to a safe level. like level 11. But this exit is apparently too hard to find. And finally, the easiest exit would be to just look for a door that has an exit sign next to it, like the one you're looking at right now. So this is the easiest way to leave the blue halls, but this exit will lead right back to Hotel Chase, and once someone leaves this door, they'll need to start running again. So the safest exit would be the blue exit, but that's hard to find, so most people just end up leaving by this door. Okay, so now let's talk about the exits from Hotel Chase. So if anyone manages to make it through to the end of Hotel Chase, which by the way is more than double the length of level Run for Your Life, but the presence of the blue hallways make it easier. So anyways, if someone manages to get to the end of the second hallway in level Hotel Chase, they will find a red staircase, the one you're looking at, waiting for them. So at this point, the entities will stop chasing and the explorer will be free to just walk up these stairs. But where do these stairs lead though? Well, there are a few places level Hotel Chase could lead you to, and I will now go over them. So other than the exits through the blue hallways, going through an unlocked door on level Hotel Chase can also lead one to the end level, the library. I'm sure you've seen it before. There are also doors labeled Intrusive Thoughts on Hotel Chase. If one were to walk through those doors, that will lead them to a crazy level, which I will cover in a later video. And also, no clipping through a locked door on level Hotel Chase can lead one to level 5000. And finally, on level Hotel Chase, there will be an open door, and on the other side would be an open elevator. If someone walks into this elevator, that will lead them to the Endless End, another weird level. But the main exit from level Hotel Chase are these stairs, and these stairs lead to the Promised Land, which is basically a heaven level, the safest level in the Backrooms. The main area of the Promised Land has the appearance of an abandoned pink mall apparently, but where the staircase can lead one inside the Promised Land would differ. There is no fixed position where you'll find yourself and if you leave through the staircase. And if you want to know more about the Promised Land level, I have made an entire video about that and I will link it in the description, so check that out if you got the time. Anyways, that's it. Thank you for watching, and thank you to the Patreon members and the channel members for all your support. Goodbye, and have all you're looking at right now. And what is this level? Well, this level is called Hotel Chase, aka level exclamation mark. So Hotel Chase is a sub-level of a different level that you may or may not be familiar with, and this level is called level Run for Your Life, aka level exclamation mark. And in case you're not familiar with level Run for Your Life, I will briefly describe it. So level Run for Your Life is a 10-kilometer long hallway, and once someone enters this level, they will immediately start getting chased by a horde of entities. For an explorer to survive level Run for Your Life, they'll need to run non-stop for 10 kilometers until they reach the exit at the end of the hallway, at which point they'll be led to a different level. So that's level Run for Your Life. Well, that's because due to macroeconomic conditions beyond our control, we had to let go of all the cameramen and replace them with robots and droids. So yeah, all the camera work is done by robots now, which has made production a lot easier, could be told. But the one downside of using robots is that the entities will not react to them. Well, most entities anyway. But anyways, unlike